Hello, this is Mother Oracle, and I have been promising to do a video where I organize my craft closet, which is right here. I'm trying to see if you can see it. If I scoot out of the way, there's a lot of things in it. So I have actually set up a table, which you'll see in a minute, um, that I can kind of sort things on, and it's right behind me at this point. I don't know if I can turn the camera a little bit so you can see it right there. So I have a table, and yes, I'm sitting in a rolling chair, which we keep out here in the garage, which we have a fan going. There's a refrigerator behind me, so, and lots of bins, and I have lots of different things here. This is also craft things in here too. So I'm going to go through everything. So I may be speeding up the video at times. I may be slowing it down at times. But right now, I can stop moving it for you. I'm going to open the closet up so you can see. And it looks like it's pretty dark. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see everything from there. I may have to shift. And I know this is amateur, but I don't have a plug, so I can plug in the light. So every once in a while, I will videotape a little bit and just show you my progress and hopefully explain along the way what I've done, what my process is. And I look at this, it's a little scary if I tell you the truth, because it's like I've been shoving things in here from Christmas up here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me actually take this off of the stand for a moment, and I'm going to do something. This is so crazy. I'm like, what am I doing? Am I showing it to you this way? Get around. So, okay, now I can show it to you this way. Okay, so we have some Christmas things up on this shelf. I have varying ribbons and different craft things, different things for potential craft projects on different shelves. And as you get down here, you'll see it is a disaster. And then on the bottom shelf, I have what I call my bins that are basically things that cut things, things that measure and cut, things that stick things together. So I have different bins for different things, and my goal is to get everything labeled. This is a lot of my crystals, gemstones are all back in there, which I can't even get to at this point. I did a big project where I was sanding and doing all kinds of stuff when I refinished the dining room table, which took forever. But anyway, and then let me spin this around and show you what I have set up here. Basically, this is the stuff I just brought in from inside, and I set this table up here so it can help me sort. Those are the things I got from Dollar Tree, so it's just cheap. And yes, I have a fan going. This is my son's side of the garage where he has things set up, and he does woodworking, and so it's his projects, and my husband's very disorganized big tool chest, which I will hopefully one day get in there and start organizing that with him. And this is also some projects. There's paint things, there's some yard things, there's some stuff I need to work on, and oh, this is the best. And I know, I'm like, okay, I'm going to show you all my good stuff before I start. This is my dad's old tool chest. And he was a mechanic for many, many years. He worked 2 different jobs. And this is now mine. And I am going to clean it up and give it a coat of some kind of clear coat or something so that it can be used again. And so there's all kinds of things here. There's my water. So when you're working outside like this is outside. When you're working outside like this, you've got to have water with you. So make sure if you're going to do some project where you're outside. I've got paintings. I got different things back here. Oh my goodness, it's just so much. So and I even have things on the top up here. I even have things, and it's future projects. I like to collect stuff and then figure out what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to sign off for right this second, start sorting, and then I'll come back and give you an update. Time for a snack. Pistachios, an apple, the protein drink, and my water, because I already went through that bag and I have a stack of things here that are part of stuff that glues things together, keeps things together. And then I've kind of made this a little, not neater, but I've just sorted it so I can bring up these bins and go through those before I go any further. I put my Dremel up there. Still not sure if all these things will stay on the shelves they're on, but I will get to that. I found even more bins that are empty, things that are empty, so I can organize better. But right now it's time for a break. And so if you're doing things like this, make sure you eat. I had to call my husband to come bring me some things. So I got like a quarter cup of pistachios or a little bit more, an apple, like I said, protein drink, and water. So make sure you take breaks. And actually I had to move the fan, so I don't know how loud it is, but we'll see. Okay, so no, I have not finished my snack yet, but I did empty one of the bins, and I have my other bin almost empty. It still has things to cut things in it. And as I was going through it, I realized this is the way it works, okay? You end up with more of a mess, okay? I have more of a mess now, right? Everything was kind of organized, but as you go through and sort, obviously things come out of bins. And when they come out of bins, they end up making more mess. It's just like when you're packing and you open up a closet and you have to empty that closet to put it into something else. Like all of a sudden it's like your whole house just explodes with things. So, and then once you put it all in the new place, everything kind of disappears a little bit. So that's what's going on right now, is I'm in the process of unpacking to repack. And I'm, like I said, going slow, taking my time, and basically trying to make sure that like things are with like things. That's the biggest thing I can tell you, is that it's really about organizing and knowing what you have before you put things away. And I'm trying to make a decision now, because I have certain types of tools that are only used with other things. Like I have these things right here, which basically are to do leather work. So my decision is that they're going to end up here with the leather, which I have a whole nother thing of leather in one of the drawers there. But basically that's where they're going to go. I came across this, which is stenciling letters, which is going to go with papers and things like that, which is right up there at this moment. And so as I go through and I realize there's stuff here. This is the stuff I bought to work on my dad's tool chest, which has not been done yet. But basically it is, you can't even see it, but they are very, very bristled. I don't know what it's called, but it's for getting rust out of things and out of corners. And so that's what this is for. So now that I have found it, I can maybe move on to that project in the future. And then I found things that are just tools, which need to go in a different location. And I also have things that hang things up, which I will try to keep those together. Again, things, sanding things, try to put things together. Like I just came across this whole big thing of Velcro that I forgot I had, which I just went out and bought more Velcro, which is in here. It's sticky backed. I don't really need this much of it, but it doesn't, I don't think it goes bad. Now if it won't stick, then I guess you throw it away. But, and this is for cutting pipes, which is what I use for cutting the copper tubing that I have there. So this should probably be in with my steampunk things. It should be in there. But I haven't made that decision yet, is what I'm trying to tell you. So a lot of my process has to do with sitting and looking at something and figuring out, well, is it a tool? Is it for cutting? Is it for securing? Is it for sanding? Is it for working on something? Or do I just put all the tools in one place? So that is a little bit of my brain and how it works when I'm going through all of this. So just a little crazy right at this moment. And that's why I need to finish this. I need to finish eating. so that I can then have a little bit more energy and continue. Next step. So I went through all of those things. All this is empty, which is wonderful, because now I'm going to try to organize some more. And yes, I didn't eat my apple yet. My husband came out and got me another full glass of water and some grape juice, I think that is, but it's the white grape juice. And right now, as I'm looking at this, I'm trying to figure out how to move things around. These all down here, they've all been organized, so they're done. Next step is just to try to figure out what's going on what shelf. These things right here are definitely going into one of these bins, I think. I think that's what I'm doing. I think that's the next step, is to try to get all that corralled better, and then figuring out where I'm putting the steel wool and all of that. Ultimately, I think that the ribbons and stuff are probably going to go on that shelf right where those two bins are, or it's going to go up here. I don't know. I need to figure that out. That's the next step. I'll show you when I get there. Figured I'd better quick show you my process regarding these ribbons, because basically what I have right here looks like a mess, but I will call it decanting my ribbons. This is what I'm doing. I'm basically taking ribbons that are on spools and turning them into flat ribbons. Now that one I just left as is because I got rid of the excess size of the spool that it was on. And basically it allows them to take up less space. They sit a little flatter and it doesn't destroy them at all. So as you can see, I've got several there. And then this is the first layer that I organized, which it looks really good, I think. And I have it very organized. And then these are some things that I found that were in there with the ribbons that actually should probably be in with my jewelry. So I'm trying to figure that out so I can maybe use one of these little bins and put all those in there for jewelry. So that's the next step. And just one more example as to why I do this. Because this, if you can look at that, that is a big empty space that I do not need in there, in this bin, because that's ridiculous. This is what, if you look at this, it looks like you're getting a huge amount of ribbon, but in reality, even when you rip that off, it has this fake like thing. So in reality, you really are only getting like that much ribbon. So you might as well take them off the spools. I don't know, I haven't ripped this one apart yet. Yeah, again, this was probably from Dollar Tree or someplace like that. So it's not worth hanging on to a spool that's going to take up that much room. And I'll show you in a second what that ends up being when I take it all apart. And here you go. This is what that one ended up being. This flat little pancake of ribbon. And one of them ended up being like that. And the other one like this. And basically what I'm going to do now, which it's hard to see because I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this all at the same time with holding on, and I'm not very good at that, so I apologize. Basically, if you look at this, some of these I can move over this way. Some of these are little. I am making a mess. I'm not allowing you to see what I'm doing as I'm doing it, I guess. But basically, squeezing in all these little red ribbons there. I can put that there. There's some little odds and ends ones. I hang on to everything. You can see there's hardly anything left there, but I'm hanging on to it because, and same thing for this. This was one that's kind of a felt, but I don't know. I might need it. And I don't have an overabundance of ribbons. I'm trying to straighten that one out a little bit. And as I'm trying to squeeze this stuff in here, it's not making it easy for me because I'm trying to film and do this. So and I guess that one was a little bit too big. So this is what I do. All right, you see how it's crooked? It's gonna bother me, okay? So let me rearrange some stuff and you'll see it all finished. So now you can see I rearranged it so it's nice and organized, and once I put everything in here, it'll be better. I'm deciding I might end up putting some of these back in this because there's a little bit of extra room, and that way I know ribbons, cords, things like that all belong together. So I'm probably going to do that. So let's see. Just very quickly, trying to do camera work here at the same time, which I'm not good at apparently. And some of these cords probably could be in a different place, but I feel like this is the right spot for them, and that was just an empty table. So I'm sorry, I just have to giggle at myself sometimes because it doesn't make any sense what I'm doing. As I'm doing it, I realize it's not where I wanted to put these, but I think this works because I will remember when I go to look for cords that cords and ribbons all go together, so they all belong in the same places. This is this kind of thing. So it's anything that's kind of like I've got fishing wire. I've got, you know, what is that called? Twine. That's in here. So all these different things are in here. And then because I was selling my jewelry, I have these, and it just seems to go with this. It needs to be in the same place, and I don't know if that's going to end up being too high. And then I have extra jewelry cords, which probably should go back in my bedroom the more I look at this, or maybe they shouldn't, I don't know. So they're gonna stay over here. That's stuff that's going back inside. I know I didn't show you that, but that's things going back inside. And yes, I've not eaten my apple yet. We will see if I finish my apple. Okay, here we go. This is the last update for this video. Just letting you know, look at this table, empty, except for things that have to go into the house, including my half-eaten or quarter-eaten apple. And there's some things that have to go in different spots here out in the garage, up there on the shelf, and that bag is things going into the house, but it's all empty underneath. And this is the most wonderful thing ever. I'm going to try to keep this open so I can show you. It still looks full, but it's organized. That's the important thing. So we have Native American things, ribbons. There's a couple of things up there that don't really fit anywhere else, like my frames when I stretch needlepoint or something over them. And then there's some paper things up there. There's a thing of, probably should go somewhere else, the chalky finish, but I don't want it somewhere else. I wanted it in here. And then next shelf has got sanding, things to sand with, and it's got my PPE. It's got some gloves and some, it's got a tarp in there, like a plastic tarp, and it has masks, and then there's some projects, some things, bigger items, projects there on that shelf. And then again, this is the steampunk area, which I organized. And then this has got the little scrubbers and stuff for me to do my dad's toolbox. So that's going to be one of the next things I'll do, maybe. Not right away, but I will do it. I may have to wait till it gets a little cooler. And then there's some things that had to do with the car. So I stuck those over in a corner just because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with those right now. And then this is the jewelry area. And so it's basically got all of my, including this is what I put things on when I string them, but there's not really a good spot to put that right now. So it's kind of hanging. But there's some beading things back there in this bin. And then on the bottom, again, it's all that. I need to actually label everything. So that's the next project, is I will label it. I won't show you me labeling it, but then maybe I'll open it back up and show you everything with labels on it, which would be really nice. And then I didn't do anything to this area because I think it's pretty well up. Okay, helps if I close it before I lock it. Okay, so just so you can see what's in here, I can't open everything all the way. There's a little leather. This is all leather in here. And this is a drawer. My bike is in the way, so I'm not opening it all the way. This is a drawer full of patterns. It is full. And then this is some, oh, which I'm going to be doing soon. There's some canvas, and I have a couple of things in there, a couple different sizes. And then these, I don't know, I probably should just throw those away because I'm probably not ever going to do anything with those, but you never know. And then what's in the top? This is a question for me even. Oh, so I don't know why this is here. It probably should be in the bottom, but it isn't. There's my loom. And again, I'm looking at this kind of weird, but that's patterns. There's a loom, extension cord, a little thing for sewing. It's an ironing board. It's a certain size. And then these are good for projects when I'm separating things for projects. So that is it. And then that's that. And I need to take all this stuff inside. So I would say I'm done. It has been a long day. Thank you all for coming along. I finished labeling everything. So I have all these labeled, and then come over here and I've labeled everything here. And these are with, what do I want to call them? They're erasable. So they're markers. They're basically markers where I can go through and change what the labels say. And I just wanted you to know that I finished this. And oh, one more thing. I have to put the label on the outside. Okay, now we can do it. This is Mom's craft closet. All right, and now all is well.